Looks like
That one's way off.
Can CCI suppressor 22LR ammo be the perfect fit for your rifle? Watch our test to find out. Okay, so we're doing the first aluminum target. All the way to the left top. We're going to put a group with the, whatever the fuck rounds these are, the Remington Subsonics.
Remington Subs.
40 grains?
40 grain.
40 grains, 1,050 feet per second. We're still running the same thing in the chronograph.
They're running about, yeah, they're running, the last one was 914, but they were running,
It's interesting. Fucking blow back up. There we go. They just hang up a little bit.
I'm curious if the Winchesters shoot any better, or if the CCI shoot any better.
Oh yeah, this thing I really want to know. I'm surprised this thing holds as good at grips as it does, to be honest.
That's good you got 1 9 barrel.
1 in 7.
1 in 7 barrel, even better.
Yeah.
For these big, heavy, slow bullets, 422.
I'm ranging at 48 yards.
48.
48 yards. 47. That's what I decided for. We're good. All right, guys, get to watch the you get to watch the rounds impact the target. Get a whole second before they get there.
That's so cool. I love suppressing.
Ha! Fucker. You fucking wanker. And the fucking hammer. See, the hammer rides forward, so it's just.
What's it do?
It's just hanging in.
I was hoping he was going to run through this.
I've ran subs through it before just fine. It might be because I didn't leave it good enough or something. I'll just have to feed all the rounds that don't cycle back into it. So we got this is the second round.
That one was 892. That's probably got a lot to do with it. That's the slowest round you've shot so far. And that was 966.
It's in battery. Okay.
Now 31. That was a little slower. It didn't go in the battery. See, it was slower. It didn't.
It's hanging up right there then. Anyways. That's a good question. That's weird. It's sticky in there.
It is sticky. And why is this moving?
That will move because it's just the only thing holding that in there is the buffer string. Okay, well, right again.
Well, this is disappointing.
I think it's his Remingtons because look, it's engaging. It's engaging the lead. The bullet is bigger than the case.
Right.
That's why it's bulging past it. And in a looser chamber, that'd be fine. This has a tighter tolerance. Pretty sure that's it. I don't think these are going to be good. I don't think they're going to cycle. I think everything else will cycle great. I think Remington's got quality control issues. That's just me. Don't listen to what the fuck I say. But I bet there's a big lead ring in there. Let's prevent that from getting
All right. Go shoot a couple more of these into that target. We're going to abandon this sample. Let's try something else.
We'll try something else. It's a good idea, Steve.
Put you 2 more in there.
See if we can get 2 more out of her.
Let's see if we can get you back. $927. $949. $900.
I should probably zoom in a little bit. Make sure I'm being accurate with it. I'm going to move to the next target over.
Shooting better. 958. 952. 929. Empty.
Magazine's out. We're clear. Stick that in there. Empty chamber indicator.
There you go. Works for me. That last one was 1,010 feet per second.
There's 5. There's 2 there. No, that's just 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fucking weird. They went all wonky there. Make that make sense.
I know, right? But look at this. That's actually not bad. I mean, that's
no, and then it just opens.
Yeah, and then it just like yeah.
I need to inspect that. I probably got to swab that thing again. I bet there's a big fucking lead ring in it, and that's what's causing that.
All right. Well, let's try some CCIs.
We're 0 for 2, buddy.
Well, I know what will cycle through it, but it's overkill.
1,200 feet per second rounds.
CCI mini mags will cycle through it, but
fucking mini mags will cycle anything.
But freaking blow a squirrel apart.
Well, the standard velocities too, you know.
All right, buddy.
I might have to run the standard velocities.
Well,
I like to keep it sub, and it's.
Let's see. Do you want to swab it?
Yeah, let's swab it.
What'd you do with that brush?
We're gonna swab it, and we'll be back. This thing ain't super dirty. Oh shit!
What?
I might be shit out of luck.
What are you talking about?
I think we squibbed one of these.
When?
Look at that. It's starting to split.
No way.
There's no way we squibbed one. No, we definitely didn't squib it.
No, because
they all came out. I saw them hit the fucking target. So, no.
Yeah, we've accounted for every bullet.
It ain't a squib.
It ain't a squib.
But does that look like it's cracked?
It looks like there's a line there for sure.
It does have a fucking lead ring in it. I'm not going to call that cracked per se. I'm going to definitely clean it real quick and see.
So these are the... What are we running?
CCI.
Okay.
970 feet per second.
Now, you don't have to now, you just got to re-let it, but... And I'd say after the first 5, it should do well. And after 10, you should really
How many's in it right now?
I don't know how many I put in there. How many did you put in there?
I'll put 5 on that.
Yeah,
I'll put 5 on the...
5. So you got 10 in there.
I'll put 5 on, I don't know, one random target that doesn't have the aluminum on it.
All right.
I'll probably do the one next to the aluminum that doesn't have the aluminum. Does that make sense? Fucking, this thing's hurting my feelings, Steve.
I don't know how you shoot like that.
Well, I can't sit because I ride's too high because I'm too short. Okay. So I'm going to put them on this target that's next to the aluminum, the last aluminum, and then we'll see where we go from there. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Once again, you can pretty well see the
950.
impact. It looks like it went into battery.
It does look like it went in the battery. Error. You piece of crap. Looks like...
That one's way off. That one has slung it way the fuck out there.
There you go. 941.
Here's 5.
942. 929. 945. Wow.
It's coming into it.
927. 924. 944.
I dropped them all on the same target. I guess we can go look at it.
Let's do it.
Load them up and try again. Okay, so we're getting decent velocity and they all cycled.
Huh?
We're getting decent velocity and they all cycled. So
they all cycled and they're shooting slower than the Remingtons. And they cycled just fine. So what's that tell you?
Tells me Remington ammo is fucking gay.
So see, it shoots good out of my bolt action, but
Yeah.
it won't shoot out of my Ruger.
Yeah, I don't like semi-autos. Well, and I saw, dude, I could see this one curve. I saw it curve into it.
Really?
Like it was destabilized.
It's a good thing you didn't hit your camera.
Yeah.
That bullet probably just... Now, Chris, that's pretty freaking
There's
good.
3 shots right there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10.
And that little guy, don't you worry about that little guy. That's 9 out of 10 dead squirrels.
Now,
And
depending on which ways he was facing.
yeah,
Wow, Chris.
it's getting there.
And that's just the first 10.
Oh, this fucking thing. Oh, that's why I shot the damn log in half. Hang on.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I shot a chunk out of it. No, it ain't wanting to sit right. We are just riding the struggle bus now.
Those 3 right there, look at that.
I think those are all subsequent shots. I'd like to get it. I want to get it on aluminum now, and we'll try it.
Aim at that one. Aim at this one right here.
Aim at this one right here.
Yep. Aim at that one right there. See what you get.
Well, sounds like a plan if it's recording. See if that does anything. It's a piece of fucking shit.
All right. Well, that's exciting.
This is like the coolest video we're doing, and none of the cameras want to work.
It's all good. You'll have enough to piece it all together.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, clearly you have a round that'll work for squirrel hunting.
So we've had issues with the target camera. I don't know if it's picked a lot of stuff up, but I will take this camera down and explain what all our groups are down there in an attempt to piecemeal this. What was going to be an awesome video.
It still will be. It will.
Yeah, we're trying.
It's all good. We know these don't work.
Yeah, the Remingtons are...
They won't cycle through this gun. But these, the first 10 cycled perfectly, and they all almost fell inside of a quarter-size hole. So that's promising.
Okay, so
Except
this is going to be the...
that curved for some reason.
Yeah, and you can see it curve. I'll slow-mo this.
That
so
would
you
be
can see
awesome. That would be awesome. So then people will know you're not just like
crazy.
It's awfully weird that you had all fall in a circle this big and then one way out here all by itself. It's like, what happened there?
Yeah, it looked like you threw a curveball.
So I'm just wondering.
So, okay. What are you wondering?
What was up with that bullet?
Me too. I'm betting it's this DPMS bullshit that's not working right. So, bottom left, aluminum is where these are going. I know I'm in a weird, awkward, kind of homosexual stance here, but it's better than sitting. Here we go.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. All right. Hopefully the camera's still
Hopefully it is.
cameraman down.
Hopefully that will pick all these up. Hopefully this will cycle all 5 of these. 946. The last one was 944. 950.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
921. That's the slowest one so far. It's interesting. 953.
I don't know where that one hit. It looks like it kind of hit a throw of paper.
$9.29.
It emptied, but it did stovepipe then. Where's my chamber flag? There we go. Clear, chamber flag.
It works.
This is so much fun. I love 22s.
I love 22s. 20s.
Let's pull
And
this.
then these 3 right here were all your 944 and 950. There was.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm standing
I
right.
don't-
Say it again.
I wonder if this motherfucker's even recording. It's not.
Okay.
That's okay. We tried.
It's all right.
Yeah. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And these, you can tell these were the slow ones. And these 3 on the shot string were within like 3 feet per second of each other. 3 to 4 feet per second. And then these were 920.
I bet we could weigh out those 22 rounds, get them within plus or minus a grain overall weight,
Mm-hmm.
and just we'd end up with fucking really, really, really consistent ammo. And we just used the rest of them for target practice and used the ones we laid out in groups for fucking. I can't. Wow.
That's impressive.
She shoots.
She shoots great.
3 rounds touching at 50 yards with a 22 is. I can't ask for much more than that.
Correct.
I'm just gonna try these Winchesters. I don't think I'm gonna change
Yeah.
the swab and anything.
Well, clearly CCIs are the shiz.
The shiz. Okay.
I mean, I don't know how else to put it.
I'll put
You already put.
yeah. I'll put 15 so I can foul out the
Well,
fouling in the barrel.
Do you want me to do a new one?
Yeah, I'll do a new one. These are 45 grain subsonics. They're supposed to be black copper plated brown nippers. Fuck those. Sounds like they're trying to sell a snake oil, Steve.
So these are Winchester.
This will probably be my last group out of this. And then we'll go look at the target because my
What do
target
they call
can't
these?
do anything.
These are 45 grain subs. I'm just gonna put 45 sub. So my batteries, I'm down to 20%. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this is it. This is the final countdown. I wrote that. There we go. I wrote it in. That's why I did that. Final group. These are the Winchester Super Suppressed 45 grain 22 long rifle, black copper plated brown nose bullets. What's the cheapest ammo in all these?
These were like 1 cent cheaper around these.
Really? Yeah, well, those are ass. So, okay, so I'm going to do the upper right. Aluminum foil. And we'll see what these do.
Foil. It's Weird Al.
Foil's my plan.
You have to hear that. You have to listen to that song sometime.
I used to listen to Weird Al all the time.
Weird Al, he's a trip. 987. So these are a little hotter. 1022. 1014. 1021. 1015. 1033.
I hope the camera's catching this.
1045.
How many was that? That was 7.
1038. Well, first one that didn't.
It's fucked.
Popped itself up in there.
Got a little double feed action.
That's the first one. They were running good.
Definitely getting some blow by on the oil. See it creeping up?
What?
See it? There's actually gas blowing through that. That's crap.
Sure is. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to contact DPMS and ask them why they made such a piece of shit fucking thing. This is the first actual, like, I guess, review I've done of this thing. I mean, I've showed it in go bag videos, but, you know, it's...
Was that the last brand?
No. Here's one. I'm going to put these on a separate target. Well, I'm just going to have to make sure that the fucking CEO of DPMS is a pallbearer at my funeral so he can let me down one last time. Get squared away here, Chris. What are you doing? Get up in there. Okay, this one's going to be the... I don't know which one we haven't put a group on yet. I'm just gonna pick a new target, and it's gonna be kind of in the middle. We'll know which one it is. I can see them well enough to where I don't need the aluminum. I can actually see it
That was 995.
hit the target and hit the wood behind it. I think that one hit way high.
That was 18.
Yeah, and then it. Come here. Oh. Gotcha. Little double feed action.
They're not all cycling the same either.
I don't even know what target I was on now. Okay, Winchester. You let me down, Winchester. You let me down.
Winchester typically makes pretty good stuff.
They always make good stuff. It's just this, whatever the fuck I got going on right at this second is a problem. I'm gonna assume it's this target. I don't know. Let's see. I guess you can see the impacts on this. It's kind of like having a target cam. Why did the hammer not get short stroked?
It's weird because these are the heavier ones and they're running hotter than any of them.
Okay.
Well, that must mean you're like you said, you must be losing gas or something.
Yeah, I think so.
2018. 2010. That 10?
And done.
Yeah.
We got one more. I don't think they're hitting particularly accurate. I can see them kind of going off this way and that.
And yep, CCI again. Proves it's the bomb. 10-14.
That's it. Ghetto chamber flag. This is going to be embarrassing. Holy moly.
Dude, what are they? Where were
I was
you
aiming, I was aiming here.
Really?
Pretty sure. Or I guess here. I don't fucking know.
Well, I mean, you got 4 right there, and then these 2 are like.
And then these went up, and then where did I? These were the fouling ones.
Is that what you? Is that the Winchester fouling one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, something good happened for a little bit.
Yeah, it shot well for.
Okay, so here's what we got going on with the target. We've had problems. This camera says the SD card is too slow, even though it's worked perfect every other time. So here is where I was aiming up, and I was using my Ruger 1022 with the CCI 970s. And you can see, you know, they're all over the place, but you know, it started to form a group. And then this was the next one. This one was the next one. This was with open sights. And then this was the next one. And what's happening is my front sight post was loose, as you saw, and it was wiggling loose. And that was fun. And so we shit canned that rifle and went with the AR pistol with the thermal scope. And we started off with the Remingtons. We sighted in with the Remingtons down here. I think I put some over here too, but for all intents and purposes, I was not aiming directly at this. I was aiming off to the side so I could see the rounds impact. Because it was as you can see on the thermal camera, it had like an aura around it, and that's where you can't see this. This is thermally reflective, so it shows up as black. But the reflectivity and the extra heat that this has generates kind of an aura around it. And so I put some there, got her sighted in, did the final touches on the side end. We shot the Remingtons up here and didn't produce bad groups.
Not bad.
There's 2 rounds there, 3, 4, 5. No,
Can't tell if that's 2 or 1.
no, that's 1. It was just not stable.
Yeah, it was wobbling.
It was wobbling. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good enough to kill a squirrel. Second grouping was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, maybe.
Something like that.
I don't know what happened there.
So we gave up on the Remingtons because they fucking
They
suck.
won't cycle.
They won't cycle worth of shit.
They won't chamber. They won't go into battery.
Yeah, they got problems. Went with the CCIs, and I decided to shoot my fouling shots with the CCIs on here without the aluminum foil, because I could actually see, the rings of the target due to the differences of heat between the white and the black. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then that little guy.
Yeah, which is going to be cool to see on video.
I'm gonna slow the video down of this so you can see the bullet as I saw it, because I was watching him hit right here, and then this random one, I could see it kind of arch in and curve and hit that. But you can see the bullets on the, they're going so slow you can see them.
That's great.
I guess that's shooting at 30 frames a second. I don't know what it's shooting at. I'm hoping the camera caught it.
Yeah.
Because I know the refresh rate on the actual scope is 50 hertz.
Oh, is it?
So it's got a high refresh rate, but I don't know if the camera is shooting at the same frame rate as the refresh rate. I'm really hoping it is. I'm hoping we caught that. Swap to the CCI, that was the CCI 970s.
And then this was your final 9.
I put a 5-shot group here. I peeled the aluminum back so we could actually identify each individual hole because they were so close. There's 3 of them touching right there at 43 to 48 yards, depending. And these 2 you could actually see on the chronograph had lower velocities.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 had similar velocities. They're all dead squirrels. Every one of those is a dead squirrel.
And they all cycled.
And they all cycled just fine.
All the CCI cycled, and they shot great.
So the CCI 970s are my squirrel load. That's all I got to say about that.
And then you shot the Winchesters.
Oh yeah, fuck. And then I shot the Winchesters. That was a shit show. So I fouled the barrel in with the Winchesters here. And as you can see, the group wasn't...
That's not bad.
It's not bad. There's some dead squirrels there. We're definitely minute a squirrel. So here, we're not so minute a squirrel. Because I started having cycling issues. I was shooting at this target right here. And then they're hitting here. And then they're hitting here. And then down here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't cycle.
And they wouldn't cycle.
Winchesters won't cycle. Which is weird because they were faster and a heavier bullet.
Yeah.
But
make it make sense.
But the CCIs are the slowest at 45 grains, and they cycled perfectly. So
the CCIs are 45 grains?
They're 40. CCIs are 45, but they're 970.
970.
But they're only coming in at 950 on your chrono.
Mm-hmm.
Or less.
I'll shoot them out of a 10.5-inch barrel. But with a suppressor.
But they cycle.
They cycle.
But they cycle.
So, I need to figure out what's up with my 22 conversion kit. Because it does look like a small crack. It looks like a split case.
And it's oblong.
It's oblong.
It's oblong. And when your shells come out, some come out this way, some go forward, some go straight out the side, some go down. Like, they're not all coming out the same. They're all going different directions when they come out. So that is not cycling at the same speed every time.
No, it's not.
Not even remote.
Let's go take a look at my 22 conversion kit, and I'll let you guys see what you think. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but there's a crack in this right there, and you can see where gas is blown by. And if you look down this, and I'll stick my thumb in it so you can see it's oblonged. Right where that little crack is, right there, it's got a little flat spot on it for some reason. DPMS. I hope you warranty this. If you don't, we're going to have fucking problems. I'm going to drag your ass to the dirt. All right, so we're back from the range, and we've got our chronograph data. Now let's digest it. So this is the results with my AR pistol with the CMMG 22 conversion kit. So with the Remington 1050s, you see we've got a minimum velocity of 892, a maximum of 1,010, and an extreme spread of 118, and an average of 950 feet per second. That is over 10% deviation from extreme spread. The standard deviation is 33. Those numbers are absolutely horrible, and we got to see those numbers being absolutely horrible on the paper. That kind of jive. The bad numbers correlated to bad groups on the paper. So let's talk about the next thing we got here, which would be the CCI suppressed 970 feet per second rounds. They're a 45 grain bullet traveling at allegedly 970 feet per second. Obviously, out of a 10.5-inch barrel, we didn't quite get that, but we got pretty close. So we got a minimum of 921, a maximum of 953. We got an extreme spread, guys, of 32 feet per second. That's way less than half of what we saw with the Ruger 1022, and almost a quarter of what we saw with the Remingtons with the AR pistol. And an average of 938, standard deviation of 11. We got really good groups and really good numbers. Now, when Steve was talking about the flyers, number 11 and number 13 were probably the flyers on the tight group, and then you had 946, 950, and 953 being the tight ones. Not bad. And the reason we only got 13 versus 15 is because we had an error. I think we had 2 or 3 errors. It wasn't one to pick them up. But still, overall, these are the best numbers so far. Let's see what the Winchesters ended up with. Well, the Winchesters were absolute shit. 45 grain, 1,050 feet per second, allegedly. We got a 967 to 1,045, extreme spread of 78, an average of 1016, and a standard deviation of 20 feet per second. Those numbers weren't that great. Obviously, they were very similar to what we saw with the Remington 1022. That doesn't mean this particular ammo is bad, and it doesn't really mean the Remington's particularly bad. It just means it's bad for my particular firearms. Now, out of Steve's Marlin with the micro groove barrel, he got excellent results with the Remingtons. I don't know what the numbers were, but he got excellent accuracy. And we did chronograph several 22LR loads after this video with Steve's rifles. And I'm going to put those on a separate video because this one was obviously getting pretty long. So these are the numbers. Once again, these kind of shitty numbers translated to kind of shitty groups, and this didn't really cycle. For whatever reason, these didn't cycle. And for whatever reason, these didn't cycle. And I think it had to do with the fact that the bullet diameter was slightly larger than the cartridge diameter, which is fine, which would translate to, in the Remingtons, why they work so well out of accuracy-wise out of Steve's micro groove rifling, because micro groove rifling likes a bigger, tighter bullet. Whereas, traditional rifling doesn't need a larger bullet to fill all those little micro grooves. That's a good reason. The Winchesters might have been a little oversized too. I should probably put a micrometer on them and see, but that'll be for a later time, later video. And with that, thank you all for watching. I appreciate your time. If you got any value out of this whatsoever, please like and subscribe. Throw us some comments down below. Give us some suggestions. We answer every comment we get. We like hearing from you guys, but it's time for us to go. It's time for this video to end. I'm out. Bye. Love you guys.